Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever had a little question that just keeps nudging at you? Something that whispers to you in the quiet moments of the day? Well, that's where we're starting today. We all know that moving our bodies is important. But what if I told you that the secret to a sharper mind, a brighter mood, and a more vibrant life might be found in the simplest movements you make every single day, right in the comfort of your own home? We're not talking about anything fancy, no gym memberships, no intense classes. This is about a different kind of fitness. It's about a curious journey into the profound connection between your body and your brain. Especially as we get older, think of your mind as a vast, beautiful garden. How do you keep it blooming with clarity, rich memories, and new ideas? Today, we're going to step into the world of Eleanor. Her story is so wonderfully human because it's not about a dramatic change, but about a quiet, persistent curiosity. We'll follow her as she discovers how to nurture her brain, one gentle movement at a time. So, settle in, get cozy, and let's explore this beautiful connection together. You might just find the inspiration you've been looking for. Eleanor loved the quiet rhythm of her days. Her home was her sanctuary, filled with the scent of old books and the comforting silence of a life well lived. But lately, a new feeling had started to stir within her. A quiet question that nudged at the edges of her peaceful routine. It wasn't a worry, just a gentle prompting in the quiet corners of her mind. Am I doing everything I can to truly care for my brain? She'd find herself searching for a word or momentarily forgetting a name. Little things that were normal, but they made her pause and wonder. She wasn't looking for a radical change. Fads and quick fixes had never been her style. Instead, this felt like a deeper, more personal inquiry, a natural evolution of her lifelong commitment to well-being. Her days were already filled with things she loved, tending to her small indoor garden, losing herself in a good book, and tackling a challenging crossword puzzle. These things brought her joy, but the question persisted. Was there a missing piece? A connection between her body and her mind that she hadn't fully explored? One afternoon, while tidying her bookshelf, she came across an old magazine article tucked away between her cookbooks. The title immediately grabbed her attention, Movement for a Sharper Mind. She smiled, a little intrigued. The article wasn't about building big muscles or sweating through a tough workout. It was focused on the brain itself, on memory, focus, and even mood, and how simple, gentle activities could make a world of difference for people her age. This wasn't about performance. It was about nurturing her cognitive health. A quiet excitement began to bubble up inside her. This didn't feel like a chore she had to do, but an invitation to explore. The idea that she didn't need a gym, that the answers might be right here in her home, was both comforting and fascinating. Her familiar home, a place of comfort and routine, suddenly felt like a place of new possibility. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across her room, Eleanor closed the magazine, a thoughtful look on her face. The seed of curiosity had been planted. She felt a quiet resolve to start a new kind of journey, one that would weave mindful movement into the fabric of her everyday life. The next morning, Eleanor woke up with a new sense of purpose. Her first step wasn't to start a rigorous routine, but to simply approach her usual morning stretch with more intention. Instead of a quick, perfunctory stretch, she held each position a little longer, feeling the gentle pull in her muscles and consciously breathing into the movement. She noticed the slight tension in her shoulders and the stiffness in her lower back, and instead of ignoring them, she acknowledged them with a newfound awareness. This simple act of paying attention was a quiet but powerful shift. Later, while making her breakfast, she found herself swaying gently to the soft jazz playing on the radio. Without even thinking, her feet started to shuffle, and her hips began a small, rhythmic sway. It wasn't a grand dance, but a spontaneous response to the music. As she hummed along and poured her tea, she realized that even these tiny, unplanned bursts of movement were adding a new layer of vitality to her day. It was a joyful discovery, a reminder that movement could be an innate, unforced expression of her own well-being, not just a structured exercise. Her household chores, once just tasks to be completed, began to transform into new opportunities for mindful movement. When she dusted the top shelves, she reached high, engaging her core. When she knelt to wipe down the baseboards, She made it a slow, deliberate squat, feeling her leg muscles work. She even found herself carrying laundry baskets with a more upright posture, consciously engaging her back and core, as if she were strengthening her entire frame. Each simple action became a chance to connect with her body, as if she were strengthening her entire frame. Each simple action became a chance to connect with her body, to feel its capabilities, and to move with purpose. The most delightful realization came when she decided to move her armchair a few inches to catch the morning sun more directly. Instead of dragging it, she carefully pushed and pulled, using her leg and core strength. She realized that even these seemingly mundane tasks, when approached with intention, could become mini workouts. Her home wasn't just a place to rest. It was a gentle gymnasium, full of chances to engage her body in beneficial ways. The whisper of curiosity was slowly evolving into a quiet hum of understanding. By the end of the day, Eleanor felt a subtle but noticeable difference. Not tired, but pleasantly engaged. Her body felt more awake, more aligned. She hadn't broken a sweat or lifted a single weight, but she had moved, thoughtfully and consistently, all day long. The gentle awakening had begun, not with a bang, but with a series of small, intentional shifts that proved brain health wasn't just about mental exercises. Eleanor's journey continued, becoming a beautiful symphony of small, integrated steps rather than a series of isolated exercises. Her cherished indoor herb garden, a source of quiet joy, became an unexpected arena for physical activity. As she watered her basil and pruned her rosemary, she found herself bending and reaching, squatting to examine a new sprout, or stretching to retrieve her watering can from a higher shelf. Each interaction with her plants was a perfect opportunity to engage her muscles, practice her balance, and move her joints through their full range of motion. She discovered the surprising benefits of simply walking around her house with more purpose. Instead of shuffling from room to room, she lifted her knees a little higher, swung her arms gently, and focused on her gait. Sometimes, she would choose a longer path to the kitchen, taking a deliberate detour through the living room and past the bookshelf just to add a few more steps. These micro walks within her familiar space became moments of quiet mindfulness, a chance to observe her surroundings and feel the rhythm of her own footsteps. Music became an increasingly important companion in her daily movements. While washing dishes, she'd put on a lively classical piece or a cheerful oldies tune, allowing the rhythm to infuse her actions. She'd sway her hips as she scrubbed, tap her feet as she dried. It was about letting the music guide her body into natural, enjoyable movements, transforming mundane chores into moments of playful, brain-boosting activity. Eleanor also began incorporating simple balance exercises into her daily routine without even realizing it. While waiting for her tea kettle to boil, she might stand on one leg for a few seconds, holding onto the counter for support. While brushing her teeth, she'd practice rising onto her toes, then slowly lowering herself back down. These subtle challenges, performed in her safe and familiar environment, helped to improve her stability and coordination, which are crucial for physical safety and the complex neural pathways involved in maintaining balance. By the end of the week, Eleanor noticed a palpable shift. Her body felt more limber and less prone to stiffness. Her movements were more fluid, and she felt a subtle but steady increase in her overall energy levels. It was clear that this symphony of small steps, each carefully integrated into her home life, was creating a harmonious effect, not just on her physical well-being, but on the quiet workings of her brain. The curiosity that had once whispered was now singing a gentle tune of well-being. As Eleanor continued her journey, she began to notice a profound shift in her mental landscape. It was a clear and undeniable connection between her gentle physical activities and the sharpened clarity of her mind. It wasn't just about feeling better physically. It was about thinking better. Her jigsaw puzzles, once a pleasant diversion, now felt more engaging. Her ability to spot patterns and piece together intricate sections seemed enhanced. The focused movement of placing each piece, the steady hand, the visual processing, it all felt more effortless, more attuned. She found that moments of physical activity, however small, provided a welcome break from sedentary mental tasks, almost like a refreshing of her internal hard drive. After spending an hour reading or working on a crossword, a short walk around the house or a session of mindful stretching would clear her head, allowing her to return to her mental pursuits with renewed focus and a sharper perspective. It was as if the movement literally oxygenated her thoughts, chasing away any mental fog and inviting in a refreshing wave of clarity. Even her conversations felt richer. She noticed herself recalling names and details more readily, her train of thought flowing with a newfound smoothness. It wasn't a dramatic transformation, but a subtle, consistent improvement that brought a quiet satisfaction. She realized that the physical effort of engaging her body, even in gentle ways, was building a stronger bridge between her brain and her overall sense of presence. The act of tending to her garden, for example, involved not just physical movement, but also planning, problem-solving, and sensory engagement, all working in concert. Eleanor also discovered the power of active breaks. Instead of reaching for her phone or simply staring blankly when feeling mentally fatigued, she would stand up, walk to the window, and do a few calf raises, or simply stretch her arms above her head. These short bursts of movement, interspersed throughout her day, became her secret weapon against mental sluggishness. They were invitations to reconnect with her body, grounding her in the present moment and gently coaxing her mind back to alertness. The initial whisper of curiosity had blossomed into a firm conviction. Her brain thrived on movement, even the gentle, integrated kind she practiced within her own four walls. She felt a deeper appreciation for the intricate design of her body and mind, marveling at how simple, consistent choices could yield such significant cognitive benefits. Her home, once just a dwelling, had truly become a sanctuary for holistic well-being, a place where mind and body moved in a harmonious, mindful connection. Months passed, and Eleanor's gentle journey of movement within her home had transformed. From a series of curious experiments into an enduring, cherished part of her daily life. The small shifts she had made had woven themselves so seamlessly into her routine that they felt utterly natural, almost instinctive. Her movements were now imbued with a quiet confidence and a sense of ease that radiated from her. The stiffness that had occasionally bothered her had largely disappeared, replaced by a comfortable flexibility and a lightness in her step. But the most remarkable bloom was in her brain. The clarity she had noticed earlier had deepened, becoming a steady and reliable presence. Her memory felt sharper, her ability to focus sustained, and even her mood seemed consistently brighter, infused with a quiet sense of contentment. She found herself engaging in complex thoughts with greater ease, approaching new challenges with a renewed sense of curiosity and mental agility. The world, through her bright eyes, seemed richer, more vibrant, and full of possibilities. She no longer thought of exercise as a separate, daunting task, but rather as the joyful expression of life itself. Every walk through her house, every reach for a book, every mindful stir of her morning coffee was an opportunity to nourish her body and, in turn, her brain. Her home, once just a backdrop, had truly become a partner in her wellness journey, a living, breathing space that encouraged and facilitated her continuous growth and vitality. The quiet corners now held not just memories, but also the echoes of purposeful movement. Eleanor often reflected on that initial whisper of curiosity. It had started so subtly, a gentle question posed in the quiet of her living room. And yet, by simply listening to that whisper and taking small, consistent steps, she had unlocked a profound secret: the enduring power of gentle physical activity to cultivate a healthy, vibrant brain, especially in her golden years. It was a testament to the idea that true well-being wasn't about grand gestures, but about the loving attention we pay to ourselves, day in and day out. As she looked out her window, a gentle breeze rustling the leaves of her favorite oak tree, Eleanor felt a deep sense of gratitude. Her journey had not only brought her physical strength and mental clarity, but also a profound connection to herself and her home. The enduring bloom of her brain health was a testament to the simple, yet powerful, truth that moving our bodies, even gently within our familiar spaces, is one of the greatest gifts we can give our minds. And there you have it, the beautiful and inspiring journey of Eleanor. a testament to the incredible power of gentle, consistent movement within the comfort of our own homes. Her story reminds us that unlocking brain health isn't about chasing fleeting trends or embarking on grueling regimens. Instead, it's about cultivating a mindful connection with our bodies, embracing the symphony of small steps, and integrating physical activity seamlessly into the rhythm of our daily lives. Eleanor's experience underscores a vital truth. Our homes are not just places of rest, but potential havens for holistic well-being. From the simple act of stretching in the morning sun to swaying to music while doing chores, every movement, however small, sends a cascade of positive signals to our brains. It enhances blood flow, stimulates neural connections, and helps maintain the cognitive agility that allows us to engage with the world with clarity and joy. The whisper of curiosity that began Eleanor's journey ultimately led to an enduring bloom of vitality. So, I invite you, just like Eleanor, to spark your own curiosity. Look around your home with fresh eyes. Where can you add a gentle stretch? How can you turn a chore into an opportunity for mindful movement? What music can you play to inspire a little sway? Remember, every step counts. Every gentle bend and reach contributes to the magnificent health of your brain. It's about self-care, about discovery, and about celebrating the incredible resilience and adaptability of our bodies and minds. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. We hope Eleanor's story has inspired you to explore the simple yet profound ways you can nurture your brain health from the comfort of your own home. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who might find it helpful, and subscribe to our channel for more helpful videos. Your support helps us continue to create content that makes a real difference. Until next time, keep moving, keep exploring, and keep blooming. Thanks for watching. Hit the bell icon for the daily updates. Please do like, subscribe, and share with your friends.